I find that 2 leg days is more effective for me for the body type that I want. I want to look like Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know, you guys. Like, me personally, I want to look like Meg Thee Stallion. Okay, it's the moment you've been waiting for. 2025 fitness update, but for you too. Let's lock in. Hey guys, Bradley here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. So today I have my 2025 fitness update. So one thing about me, I started posting my fitness journey probably 2023 or 2 on YouTube. I haven't posted an update since then because I've just been spending the last 2 years doing a lot of different things, and I think that I didn't want to come on YouTube and have like another installment on this when I was still figuring it out. I do recommend you follow me on Instagram because I update my stories all the time. I actually have a highlight on my page dedicated to whatever I'm learning and like locking in this brain. I update it right away. I don't always have the time to make long form informational content. Plus, I keep learning things. I filmed this probably like 3 times during 2024, and every time something would change by the next one. So what I'm doing today is just to update you on what I'm doing right now, just so you have a feel of how we got here, how we're developing body recomposition. Again, as someone, I'm not a registered nutritionist, I'm not a sports therapist, a physical trainer, nothing. I am just an average girl who likes to deep dive on the internet and try different things in the gym to have a very tiny waist, a toned abs situation, and a round fat behind. Yes, let me just be clear. I know what my goals and intention was with going to the gym and learning how to work out and having to get my body like this. The first couple of years of we're just trying to get into it, trying to learn to love it, trying to develop some form of consistency. I was only working out maybe once or twice a week, if that. And then by the time 2022 rolled around, I was going through like a tough transition. I went through a breakup of a long relationship, and I really started finding the time, obviously, to put energy and frustration into the gym. And in that time, I ended up being in the gym 5 days a week, and I lost a lot of weight. I'm happy that in the last 2 years, I've garnered the results that have brought me really close to my body goals. So if you want to get into it today, please be sure that you're subscribed to me. Scroll down, smash the subscribe, and join the BRATTTALIE gang, and let's get into today's video. Okay, so this is what I'm looking like today. Amazing, snatched, fabulous, and the crown jewel is looking great. Okay, so let's talk about what we learned since my last fitness update, what I'm doing in 2025. So I update my story highlight on Instagram regularly when it pertains to fitness. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram, because it's really hard for me to update YouTube as often as the plan changes. So I'm just gonna go through my own story highlight just to make sure I don't miss anything, because the things that I know right now are really and truly helping me, 1, maintain this body, but 2, get to like just continuously improve it. In 2024, I started the year looking like this, and then I started making mistakes, which caused me to gain back quite a few pounds that I had lost. So I'm going to tell you the things that I learned that I started implementing again since November, like literally 2 months ago, because we are now January. And since then, I've seen results. I've also lost maybe half a pound a week. But again, my goal is not to be skinny. I'm a grown woman. I'm 32. I'm not trying to be like a size 0. I really just want to look like this all the time. Like, the fact that I've eaten breakfast for the day and look like this is great. The foods that I'm eating that aren't bloating me, that's great. I love that. Because that's part of the problem. Was 2024 I went through kind of careless. I had a trip to Jamaica at the beginning of the year. And on that trip, I just ate like crazy. And I didn't think about the impacts, and obviously drank a lot. And I learned, this is just something about diet in general for me, I can't be drinking like crazy. Like, I need to be cognizant of that. I will gain weight. I will. It will cause me to gain weight, and it's just the fact. It doesn't matter what I drink, how I drink it. The minute it's a drink, it's going on me and not in the best way. So that's tip number 1. Let's talk about diet. So diet to me is, I don't want you to think you have to do some crazy dieting in order to lose weight, I just want you to be aware of what you're putting in your body. So number one, what is your goal here? Is your goal just to maintain what you have, or is your goal to lose a lot of weight? If your goal is to lose a lot of weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Personally, when I was losing weight from 2022 to 2023 at my skinniest, I was not eating a lot of carbs. I was still eating carbs. I will never tell you to cut something out completely aside from alcohol for the most part. Have a drink here and there, but not every day on an all-inclusive vacation. But anyways, I will never tell you to cut something out. Even when I had carbs, I just was making sure that it was like a cup, half a cup of rice. It was really like measuring that out. One slice of bread, and it's whole grain bread, rice cakes. Like there's different ways to get them in. Potatoes, but not necessarily eating a whole bunch of rice, a whole bunch of bread. No fried foods. Those are all the things that you know. What has revolutionized my body for 2025 is anti-inflammatory foods. So you can Google anti-inflammatory foods, but just in the last 2 months of me making sure that I'm prioritizing brightly colored fruits and vegetables, berries, avocado, extra virgin olive oil, dark chocolate, salmon, just those things alone, I can see the difference in how my body looks. On top of that, my vitamin routine, I'm actually going to post, by the time I post this, what I eat in a day will be posted on my Instagram. And my vitamins, like making sure that I have enough prebiotics and probiotics. I'm taking sea moss. I'm taking magnesium for my cortisol levels to help lower them. Those types of things will have a huge impact on your body. I will, if you need me to, list out every vitamin I'm taking. So please be sure to comment that down below. Please be sure to comment if you want recipes. I can do that. I just don't want to put all of that like effort into one video if no one really cares about it. You know what I mean? But let me know if you want it. So diet is like the number one thing, but not in a restrictive way. Just being aware that like I can eat. I just don't need to be eating like crazy. Eating fibrous foods, like even popcorn is a great fibrous food that's going to make you feel full. So you're not constantly snacking and eating and eating. Put fruits and vegetables in your house. And I know that sounds so self-explanatory, but it's better to reach for the fruit and vegetable and then have also unhealthy snacks, but like one box. So we have, me and my sister, have like chocolates and candies, like even from Halloween, but I have a lot of fruits and vegetables. So my first thought is always reach for fruit or vegetable as a snack. And then if I'm still craving something, buy stuff like at Costco. They have like the individually wrapped like cookies, like again, Halloween candy. And then you can have one. It's the idea that you can control and you can monitor. A lot of people recommend calorie counting. I have a love-hate relationship with that because one, the research that I have found is that calories aren't really the problem. The real problem for me are blood sugar spikes. So it's the constant snacking that's the issue that's causing me to gain weight. When I eat, I need to eat and be done. And then until my next meal, 2.5 hours later, eat everything. I'm talking about your entire meal plus dessert. When you have dessert an hour later, it's causing a blood sugar spike and it's not metabolizing properly. If you eat everything in the same sitting, your body's already in a metabolic state, metabolizing the sugar at the same rate. When you have the sugar an hour later, your body doesn't know how to process it. So then it stores it as fat. Just found that out. It's like, huh? Why would I be doing that? So to me, calorie counting is good because it tells you where you're at. I probably calorie count quarterly for like a couple days just to see, and I'm always in a slight deficit, and that's just good for me to know because that tells me that it's not necessarily how much I'm eating, it's what I'm eating. So once I discovered that, I was like, okay, so let's pivot. What kind of bread are we eating? What kind of rice are we eating? How much rice are we eating? Could we maybe supplement half of that rice with veggies? Like, it's just so that you can figure out where you're at, and no one can tell you that but you. And I think that fitness is not one size fits all. There's a lot of work that you're going to have to do to look into these things for yourself, to figure them out, and just to think about your own eating habits. Who cooks? Do you eat fried food? Do you eat a lot of sugary things? Like, no one can tell you that but a nutritionist or a trainer if you want to invest in them, or yourself if you just do the research. Oh, and also going back to eating, you need to cut out the late night eating, girl. And I'm not saying like if you are up late, that's different, but you really need to be eating within a 12-hour window. I'm up at about 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning every day, and I start eating around, like I had my first coffee like 9 o'clock. I start eating solid food maybe 10, 11. I'm done eating by 7 p.m. there's just a window of time that you need to allow your body to digest. I go to bed by midnight. I'm done. Like, stop. You have to think about the fact that if you're eating and then going to lie down, what is your body supposed to do with what you just ate? Store it. Your body's going to sleep. Your body's like, I don't need to process this. It's fine. It goes right on your body as fat. I did talk about eating, but I also wanted to say I don't intermittent fast. I don't find that that's effective for me. I find I need to eat. I need to get my metabolism moving. And again, just stop eating before going to bed early. But it has not proven effective for me. I look best when I'm eating food. I will always prove the people that say, eat your breakfast, right? Because I ate my breakfast today and I look great. We've been yapping on food for a lot. So I did touch on vitamins, but you do want to take vitamins that help your metabolism. So like I mentioned before, magnesium helps your cortisol levels as a woman. I take sea moss because that helps with my gut health. I also take a prebiotic and probiotic blend. And I recommend B12. These are things that are going to help your metabolism, because what is the point in me eating all this good food if it's just still sitting on my body? I have found weeks where I don't take my vitamins, I automatically can see that I'm not metabolizing my food properly. How crazy is that? Like, I'll look at myself and I'm like, where are my abs? Because I know that they're there, but all of a sudden they disappear. Why is that? Because I'm not metabolizing my food properly. So just to note, let's move on to workouts. When you're in the gym and you feel like you can maybe take on more, I definitely recommend increasing your reps before increasing your weights. So in 2024, after I went to Jamaica, I gained a little bit of weight. I was also drinking. And then by the time I came back from Jamaica, it was good weather in Canada. So I went straight into like party mode for the summer. And again, drinking more, but I was working out less because of the fact that I was out more. So in my mind, I was like, well, I'll just go to the gym the same amount of times and just lift heavier. The problem with that is that I had bad form. So when I talked about anti-inflammatory foods, having bad form also will cause inflammation in your body. So I was looking swollen. I had a lot more thickness around here. My bum wasn't as defined. Those are things that you can look for and be like, I'm working out not every day, but like 2-3 times a week. I shouldn't be looking like I don't, like a sack of potatoes, like I don't go to the gym. So what I found is that it's better to increase my reps with good form than increasing my weight load with bad form. My body, I was just set like a bad body gal, and that's not me. What has also helped me is, one, I will put my exercises. I've also posted my leg day. Yep, I've posted my leg day on Instagram and on YouTube, and I've modified it for at home. So if you're someone who doesn't have a gym membership, you can do that at home. You just need to go grab yourself a pair of dumbbells. Sometimes when you start exercising, it's really overwhelming and it's a long list of like exercises to do in a circuit. So I recommend pairing off your exercises. So what that means is I think I have 10 exercises in my leg day circuit. So in doing 3 sets of 10 reps, you could do your whole circuit front to back once, front to back twice, front to back the 3rd time. So do every move 10 times in like a ladder form. What I find is that I get really exhausted by the time I get to the last move. So what's motivating to me is to pair them off. So I will do my first exercise 10 times, my second exercise 10 times. That is my first set of this exercise. And then rather than go on to the 3rd move, I just repeat and finish the set in a pair. And so I'm doing my 3 sets of 10 reps, but I'm doing them 2 exercises at a time rather than going down the list. Also, structure your workouts in a way that makes sense to you. So I realized I was gassing out at the end of my workouts, partially because I was doing a lot of my hard exercises at the end. And I know mentally you're probably thinking, that makes sense. Why would you do them first? Because then you'll gas out. I don't know. For me and my body, I've come to the point where I need to put a lot of my heavier exercises, especially if they're single leg exercises, at the beginning, because by the time I get to the end of my workout, I'm too tired to finish. So you have to definitely play with this. And again, no one's going to know this but you. You have to figure it out for yourself. It's not necessarily the exercises that are the problem. Sometimes your body's just not at that point where you can do something front to back full out. You need to work with yourself and give yourself grace. Start small. Even if you start with half of my leg day or half of whoever's leg day, and you say, okay, I did these 3 exercises, I did them well, I did them with good form, but I'm so tired, do them again like 2 days later, do them again next week, but do it on your own time so you can figure out where you're at and you build upon that. I didn't start doing leg day like this. I didn't start doing all these moves like this. I built myself up to that. I just posted today a video of myself in 2022. That sit-up I did was atrocious. My form on my lunges was so bad, and you can see my range of motion is terrible. But I started in 2022 really taking weight training seriously, and now I can look at myself in 2025 and be like, it paid off. I'm not saying I'm a professional and I know 100% what I'm doing, but I'm better off than when I had started then. What else have I learned? Consistency. So right now, if you're someone who follows me on Instagram, you know we play What Did I Work Today? So everyone guesses what part of my body I work. I give little options and a little quiz. What I had started in November was I just was doing cardio Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I was doing legs Tuesday, arms Thursday, Saturday was legs as well. Why I'm telling you this is because my next point is consistency. The problem with doing things this way is that I find it exhausting to work out every day. I do. Like, I'm no Alyssa Ashley. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be the girlie who can close her rings every single day. First of all, I'm not even wearing my watch right now. So to me, when I started doing that, it's not that it's not possible. It's just that I don't love working out at home unless I have to. Am I going to do it today? Yes, because I need to do my arms today. But I find that what I've learned is a complete workout is more effective on my body. As annoying as it is to be in the gym for 3 hours, because why I structured it that way before was because I wanted to get out of the gym quicker. I wanted to be at home more. But it's just one of those things where I think I just have to be in the gym for 3 hours and sandwich my workout. So now I work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and here's how I work out. I always start with the 12-33 method. That is being on the treadmill for 30 minutes at an incline of 12 at a speed of 3. And I also walk backwards for about 10 minutes. Sometimes I'll portion it out and do like 3 minutes at a time, just sprinkle it in when I feel like it, or I'll do the 10 minutes straight. And that's just great for my knees. I had really bad knees in 2023 and 2024. They're much better. This year I'm prioritizing my hips. As I figure out what's working to open these bad girls up, I will share that with you. After I do that as kind of like a warm-up walk, I then go straight into my weight training. I have my leg day circuit posted. I will post my arm and upper body. And I tend to use dumbbells rather than machines because I want to be able to do the same exercises. That does flow into consistency. It is not for you to do different things every time you go into the gym. You have to figure out, like, I know this is stressful, but you have to figure out what works for you and what gives you the results you want. And like similar to like a makeup routine, you don't deviate, you do not change. It's similar to like your skincare routine. You continue to do the same things. That is how you get the same results because you are working the same group of muscles. If I start working a different group of muscles, then these ones are going to forget what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So you're going to do the same thing every time. I tend to do dumbbells because, again, if there's a snowstorm and I can't make it to the gym, I want to be able to do that at home. After I do treadmill, I do my strength training. That probably takes me like an hour, hour and a half. Treadmill took me 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. My last like 10 minutes in the gym is like just a sprint. So I try to run or sprint as much as I can within like 5 to 10 minutes, just to like challenge my body and also just like finish off the workout strong, get my cardio, my heart rate back up again, and then just cool down and stretching. That's what we're doing. We're doing that on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I stretch almost every day again because I said I have tightness in my hips, so that's a priority for me in 2025 is to like stretch every day, stretch problematic areas. So like I have a wrist injury right now, I'm doing physio for that, but it's really just like stretching in between that. And then like say on a day like a Tuesday, Thursday, or the weekend, if I want to go to a Pilates class, I'll do that. If I want to go to yoga, I'll do that. But the real work is done 3 times a week. I train legs twice because of the type of exercises I do. I find my core is often engaged. So even when I'm doing an RDL, straight back, but right now, as much as I have my glutes wide open, my core is 100% engaged. This whole motion, she's working. So I find that, again, this is something you have to do for yourself because not everyone's body is the same. I find that 2 leg days is more effective for me for the body type that I want. I want to look like Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know, you guys. Like, me personally, I want to look like Meg Thee Stallion. And I think I'm basically Natalie the Pony. That's okay by me. So I think once you figure out how you want to look, how much you can put on your plate, it's just about being consistent. And 2 leg days works for me. Again, last year I tried to incorporate more upper body. I found I was inflaming myself because I don't have a strong upper body. You guys can see my legs. You can see my behind. She's strong. So in working my upper body, because I think I was doing like 2 last year, 2 upper body days, where I was doing a back day and an arm day. In doing that, I was causing inflammation in my body because my upper body's not strong yet. So I'm doing too much too quickly. I need to be in the gym consistently, and I need that 3rd day burning calories, working out. I'm gonna make it be legs. Like, I'm gonna make it be legs, not make it be arms when I'm tired and exercising with poor form, causing inflammation and bad bodiness. We don't want that. Back to exercising. Sweat. So in 2024, I was the laziest exerciser. I was just going to the gym for show and fashion, I swear. Like, I went and I felt like I was working out, but now that I'm working out again and sweating, that's part of the reason why we're seeing the results that we're seeing. I remember last winter, I was sweating. When I first lost holy po weight, I was sweating. 2024, I was lazy. In the moment you don't see it, but now that I'm back to being super active, I'm like, yeah, girl, you weren't doing shit in the gym all year. You need to be sweating. I personally try to opt for the fan off. I only turn the fan on if I can feel the sweat dripping down my body and I'm like, this is gonna give me back knee. So I turn it on, but you need to sweat. Sweat is proof that you are putting in the work. It is not about being cute when you're in the gym. In order to get the results you want, you need to sweat and you need to work out. Oh yeah, and I did want to say my weight right now. I'm 171. Like, that's crazy to me because literally when I decided I wanted to start toning and putting back on muscle, I was 166 and I didn't have half this wagon behind me. So the fact that I'm only a couple pounds heavier means my body is basically the same size. I put the weight where I want to put it, and now I just get to tone and chisel. And knowing that the scale is not a factor in how I see myself. I know that a lot of times, especially on this journey, you're gonna find yourself on the scale a lot. Try to only weigh yourself once a week. It's gonna mess with you because your body, especially as a woman with a cycle, is gonna fluctuate. It's gonna do whatever it wants to do. You're gonna gain water weight, you're gonna gain weight. It's going to be deceiving. You have to focus on how your body looks and feels, okay? And me personally, knowing how I look today, I love this. This is exactly where I want to live. I just want to tone and, like I said, continuously improve. If that means losing half a pound, if it means gaining 2 pounds, I know that there's a window of space within 165 and 175 that exists that is my perfect body, you know? And it's just the same weight. It's just going to look different. It's going to feel different. It's going to perform differently, which is honestly really exciting if you think about it. Oh, sleep. Jesus, please. Sleep and water. If you aren't sleeping 7 hours a day, lady, girl, please start. We cannot be trying to let our bodies rest, recharge, regenerate, build without sleeping. Get your rest. Especially when you're menstruating, get your rest. Take your vitamins like your iron and your magnesium, please, because I don't understand how you think your body is supposed to just, like, we're basically like a car. You drive a car off the lot, it depreciates. As you get older, you're putting your body through all types of different stress and ting. Sleep. Sleep and drink water. I'm someone who doesn't like drinking water, so I have to add lemon to it. I need to drink my 2 liters a day, and I'm someone who can't count because I don't like drinking water. So I have an Awala, which is just like a different type of Stanley cup. One of these is over a liter. So all I have to do is drink 2 of these a day. You have to make it easy for yourself. You have to give yourself the tools to do what you need to do. Stop playing around. Like, honestly, stop. Like, do what you need to do. If it's buying the cup that makes sure that you drink twice, or at least it makes it easy for me to tell. Like, I haven't drank one of these today. It's 3 o'clock. I'm about to back this so I can fill it up and drink another one. It's just things that make it easy for you to remember where you're at with what you're trying to accomplish, you know? And to close out this video, I just want to also give you a couple tips and tricks and things to remember as you go on this journey. Things that are actually going to have such a big impact on how you look and how you feel. I also don't take any supplements. I personally find that I did not feel good when I was taking pre-workout. And I also tried upping my protein last year. It didn't work for me. And maybe that's just because I'm naive to fitness. I'm not a trainer. But personally, eating excessive protein was making me fat because I was not working out enough to make the protein into muscle. So this is why I keep saying it's on you to do the research, it's on you to document what's going well in your body. It's not for you to quit. It's for you to recognize this is not working and try something different. So last year I tried taking protein powder. I was like, okay, I really want to be like muscle mommy. I look the most muscle mommy that I've ever looked. And the reason is because I think I'm someone who just naturally eats a lot of protein. I don't necessarily need to up my protein in order to create muscle mass because I already eat so much protein. So I was eating like 3-4 eggs, 3 pieces of bacon, and just like adding protein powder in my workouts, taking pre-workout, taking creatine, and I think it was just too much. So I decided at the end of 2024 to scale it back. I came off supplements, like workout supplements, and I stopped taking excessive protein, eating excessive protein, and just said, let's go back to when we lost the weight, but with less restrictions. So obviously back then I was eating way less carbs. Now I'm just like monitoring them a bit more. And I'm like, again, I've only been doing this for like a month. And I feel like that was just me taking stock of the fact that I didn't like where my body was going on supplements. So I know a lot of people you'll see on the internet say like, increase your protein, work out. For most of us, we do not work out enough to take the amount of protein that the fitness girlies are taking, okay? So someone like any of your favorite fitfluencers, they also likely do not have 9-to-5 jobs. I have a 9-to-5 job, okay, girl? I'm also 32. I'm a grown woman. A lot of these girls have not hit their second puberty. That happens around 25, 27, where your woman hormones do some weird shit and you start gaining all this weight and weight becomes harder to come off, okay? That's why I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with y'all and tell y'all where we're at. Again, these girls, this is what they do for a living. So they're in the gym almost every day. People that have kids, a job, pets, family, whatever, like all this other stuff going on top of, say, you could be a content creator and do that at the same time, but say you do not have the flexibility of them being entrepreneurs, you're not in the gym every day. And that was my thing, was that I was in the gym once. I already told you I was being lazy, so I wasn't even doing what I was supposed to be doing while I was in there. But 2, I was only going once a week, twice a week. If I'm upping my protein, I should be in there almost every day, but specifically on the days where I'm ingesting that extra protein, and I was not doing that. So please, again, do your research and be cognizant of what people are telling you. And if something is not working out for you, that does not mean that you are the problem. It just means that this specific thing is not working in the way in which you're doing it. And as I said on Instagram, if you have a nutritionist, if you have a trainer, if you are working with someone toward a plan, do that. No one's telling you not to do that. What I'm saying is I'm talking to the people who are doing this by themselves, who have not a clue in the world what they're doing, and you're just trying to figure it out. You can. Like, it's not, to me, I'm shocked that I did it too, but it's like, you will never know until you try something different. But it's not to say quit because it's not working. Oh yes, another tip. If you have a favorite fitfluencer, I implore you to look at their before pictures, please. Because some of us are not going in the same direction. I'm someone who started off bigger, insert screenshot, and I lost the weight and now I'm turning it into muscle. So looking like this, if you are someone who is bigger, you are more inclined to get results like mine, where I'm not super jacked and toned. Do I look great? Absolutely. Am I toning up? Yes. Is it taking me longer? Yes. Some of these girls started off skinny and they're gaining muscle. That is not the same fight, the same journey. We are the strongest soldiers, okay? It is not them. So keep that in mind, that if you find that something's not working, it's because you probably have a different body type than them. Also, I'm West Indian, I'm Jamaican, Caribbean gal, this island gal. Our food is different. Some of these girlies have eaten well their whole lives. And by well, I mean as in like really balanced plates. They have a good relationship with fruits and vegetables. As a Jamaican woman, my plate growing up was like 50% meat. The other 50% was carbs, and then like a little vegetable on top. Like we were not the Jamaicans that would prioritize like pear, which is avocado, and like other greens. Like, it's very rare. Like, we were just like meat and carbs people. So we, Big Back Nation Association, okay, president and chief. So This is the thing, is you have to be aware of who you're following and don't get discouraged if you don't see the same results within the same amount of time from those people, because some people just naturally are going to snap back. Some people just naturally have good eating habits, a good relationship with food. I had to build that. I love to eat. I love to eat in excess. And now I've gotten to a point where I understand and know that that is excess, that is excessive. And like, the only time I might indulge it is when I'm on my period, when I'm menstruating. At certain points in my cycle, I'll be like, you know what, today, 2 slices of bread. Today, 2 pieces of chocolate. And it's not to be like it's limiting. It's just the idea that you understand that how you were raised was in gluttony. And that's not a good thing. It's not, that is where you have to wrap your mind around. It's not like, oh my gosh, I've changed myself. I eat like a bird because I want to be skinny. It's like, no, we were living in gluttony. Like that's actually a sin. The way that we ate, like growing up, terrible, bad. Oh yes, another tip. You might need, if you're on birth control, as a woman, you have hormones in your body. Obviously, we all have hormones, but like estrogen and progesterone, there's other ones I can't remember. But specifically, I'm on a progesterone only birth control, which is better for me. So these are little things too that a lot of people maybe don't feel open about talking about, but progesterone is a better hormone for women, their weight management, all that kind of stuff. So for me, the fact that I see the results that I see means that at least I'm not having a hormone like estrogen, which already naturally in my body occurs and naturally will throw me out of whack whenever it feels like it. Thankfully, my birth control also is not manipulating and adding to the chaos. One thing to know about progesterone only birth control is you do not get an off week. You do not get a placebo pill week. You cannot skip your period. You have an actual period that occurs in your body. It does the thing just differently. And I think that it's also important to know that that's an option. I think that a lot of times we don't know that we have options. And again, the only way we know is if people share, if we ask questions, and if we do the research. So that's it. That's it on my 2025 fitness update. I don't think I have anything else to say, but I did want to come on here and just give you the tea. Like, I just wanted to share where I was at, tell you guys the tips and tricks that I'm learning, and that way we can look at today's date when I post this video and be like, that's how she looked, and then at the end of the year or maybe mid-year, I'll check in and be like, this is where we're at today. And so much of this is being consistent. So much of this is just keeping up with these things that I've just learned and like reflected on and like I'm gonna lock in on. And if you need any help on this journey, please reach out to me. Please comment down below. Let me know what you're maybe struggling with. Maybe I can make a video on that specific thing, how I overcame that, because a lot of fitness is mind over matter. It is overcoming things that are comfortable. It's comfortable to not go to the gym. Like, it is so many times I'm leaving work like, I just want to go straight home. We go to the gym. It is comfortable to want to eat a bag of chocolates. It is comfortable to not want to drink water and drink soda. I don't drink soda. I haven't had a soda in like weeks. Honestly, it's only when I'm like at a certain restaurant and I'm like, oh, they have ginger ale. They have grape crush. Like, there's certain pops that will bring me out of it. I don't drink juice that often. Like, it's so comfortable to do what we know, but at the same time, what you're not changing, you're choosing. And I got to a point where I was tired of choosing to look a certain way, to feel a certain way. And if you're not happy, babes, you have to make a decision to want better for yourself. Otherwise, it's like, can you even complain? Like, and I'm not here to talk about any type of Ozempic, Prozempic, sister. I'm gonna know all them name, but what I am gonna say is I do believe that this is something that you want to do for yourself because it's sustainable. Don't be go looking for the easy way out. Don't be, and I am gonna say easy way out. I understand that for some people you need those drugs in order to, because you feel like you're at a plateau. It's really difficult. And you know what, if you're older especially, that might be an option because maybe you can't exert as much energy. Again, I'm not a professional. I don't know. But what I do know is that at the end of the day, that is something that is not a sustainable way to lose weight. Because what happens when you have to stop taking it? What happens when they no longer make it? You have to think about, how can I get myself on the best track for the rest of my life? These are habits that you are building for the rest of your life. And that's exciting because they're also things you're going to transfer onto your partner. You're going to transfer onto your children. You're going to be able to, for me, what I'm looking forward to this was when I have a baby, I'm going to know exactly what I need to do to bounce back. I was like, I'm not going to because one thing about having a baby as a woman is I feel like for celebrities, they make it seem so glamorous because they snap back. But for the average woman, like the people that I talk to that are mothers, it's hard. Like, and that to me was like, no, I don't want, it's already gonna be super overwhelming. At least if I know what I'm doing and my man got me, he got the babies for a couple hours while I do what I have to do to get my body to where I love it again. That was where I was at. Like, these are things that you get to build these habits and learn about them so that you can use them whenever you need to. Because life is so unpredictable like that sometimes, where it's like, you never know when you might sustain an injury, something might happen to you, and it's like, wow, now I've gone through this thing and I need to get my body back in shape, but I have no idea where to start. And then a lot of times people end up becoming disheartened because it's overwhelming to have to deal with these huge life shifts and changes while learning a new skill. If you have nothing else to do right now, find yourself in the gym. Find yourself Googling what's the best food to eat, what the best vitamins are to take, because what else do you have to do, babes? Like, if you have free time and you are unhappy with your physical state, I don't want to hear no excuses. I want you to clock in 2025, get on your Zoom, do what you have to do, but definitely reach out to me if you need any help. And that's no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. I'm literally here. So, and I'm literally doing it for the girls, because too many times we're like it seems so hard. It is hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is hard, but I am here to help. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything I did today. Anything at all, anything I talked about on this fitness journey, leave that in the comments down below. And as always, subscribe to me. Scroll down, smash the subscribe button, join the BRATTALIE gang. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!